Right now we're gonna be cutting the third kimono, and this third kimono is a cut together kimono. I think it's like the easiest kimono ever because you get to cut the front and the back together. There's no too much story. Yeah, the first thing we are going to do is we're going to be folding out our fabric into 4. Okay, so into 2 first and into 4. So this is my Ankara. Okay, this is my Ankara, and this fabric right now is folded into none. Okay, so this is my Ankara. I'm going to fold this into 2 and then fold it into 4, and you're going to see how. So I want to fold this into 2 by the length I want it to be. Okay, so I want my kimono to be 60 inches long, and I'm going to fold this into 2 and it's going to be 60 inches long. Okay, so work according to the height that you want, the height of your kimono. Okay, the length of your kimono, the height is your length. Okay, so the length of my kimono is going to be 60, so I'll fold this into 2 so that it will be 60. You see? Okay, so this here is folded into 2, and this is from here to here is 60, and it's 2 fabric together. Okay, and that's the first step. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut this out so that we can move on to the next step. Okay, so that's what you need to do. The first step is fold to your length and cut it out. Okay, so if you need to have hemming allowance added to your length, add it and cut. Okay, so this is off, and this is what we're going to be working with. Now the next stage is for us to fold this fabric into 4. Okay, so when it comes to cut together kimono, the work is always on the folding. Once you're able to get the folding, you're good. Okay, so this is into 4. You see? So we've gone ahead to fold this fabric into 4, and yes, okay, so I'm going to be flipping this side because I want to mark my measurements now. So this fold is going to include the front, the back, the sleeves, and everything. Okay, it's going to include everything. So make sure you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and all close edge here. This is where we're going to be marking our neckline and shoulder, and everything is going to be here. We're going to be doing everything we want to do here, where you have the 4 fabrics meeting together. Okay, and let's move on to the next step. So the next thing we're going to do is impute our measurement, and pretty simple. We're just going to be imputing our measurements that is going to enable us get the sleeves, neckline, all those stuffs. Okay, and this my kimono is going to be like a line. I'm going to be showing you how I'll be doing it at last, but it's going to be kind of different from the normal boxed kimono. Okay, so on here where you have the 4 fabrics meeting together and you have a close edge here like this. Okay, so this is where you can only have this close edge and all fabrics meeting together. On there we're going to be making our markings for the neckline. So I'm going to mark the neck width of 3.5 inch in, okay, on top, okay. So 3.5 is my marking. Please, I'm going to zoom in so you see what I'm doing. So this is 3.5 here. I'm going to chalk showing. This is Ankara. Now the next thing I'm going to do is mark the neck depth of 1 inch. Now I'm marking the neck depth of 1 inch, which is for the back, because the front is going to be open, and I'll show you guys how I will open this. Okay, so I'm just marking 1 inch down, and this is for the back neckline, and I'm going to use my curve ruler to connect. So this is my back neckline, and I'm going to cut this open. So that is the first step done. So go ahead and open the neck. Take note, this is for the back. Okay, when we're working on the front, I'll let you know. That is done. Now we're going to create the armhole and the sleeves, and to do this I am going to be coming down by probably using either my waist or my bust, but my bust is too small, so I'm just going to use my waist. I'll come down by 15 inches from this top here. Okay, so I'll come down by 15 inches. This is 15. Now I know most of you will be asking me what determined this measurement. Now I use this particular measurement because that is how wide I want the sleeve to be. Okay, I want the sleeve to be very wide, like open. That's why I'm using 15 inches. So I'm just going to rule that 15 inches line straight. Let me make sure I have 15. So this is 15 here. Okay, so now this is done. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my hip measurements from here to here and adding 2 inches to that, 2 inches allowance to that. Like my hip measurement, my round hip is 43. Let me use 44. My round hip is 44 because I said it on my second video. I checked and it's like it's increasing. Okay, so my hip is 44, my round hip. So round hip divided by 4, 44 divided by 4 gives you 11. And I'll be adding 2 inches extra as allowance to that. Okay, so I'll be adding 2 inches to 11, which is 13. So I'll be marking 13 inches like this. So this is 13. Okay, so I'm going to add 1 inch for sewing, which is 14. I don't think I need that 1 inch. This 2 inches is okay. So I don't want it to be too big. So this 2 inches is okay. So on these 2 inches that I came out by after like adding 2 inches to my round hip, it's okay. I don't need sewing allowance. Now if you want to add sewing allowance, it's up to you. Go ahead and do that. Probably you want it a little freer than me. You can add sewing allowance to that so you don't sew into what you have added before. Okay, so yeah, what I'll do is on this line where I have the 15 inches, I'll go up here by 1 inch. Okay, so why I did that is that I'm going to come from that point. Hopefully I'm going to zoom in so you see. So I'm just going to come from that point and I'll just make a curve to this point like this. Let me see if my curve ruler can help me get that. Nope, you can actually do small job, sha. So that's what I'm going to do. Come and come down like this. Okay, so did you see what I did? From the 15 inches line at the edge, I came up by 1 inch and I just did a curve and I even stopped at my sewing allowance. Okay, so I'm supposed to go in more to this point. Yep, okay, so we're adjusting that to this point. I did the sewing allowance, so in case you're using the sewing allowance on yours, this is what you're supposed to do on the sewing allowance. But if you're not using this, you're using this one. So you go ahead and do that. Okay, so once you are done with this, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my straight ruler and just take this from here. I'll go straight to the end of this fabric here. Okay, so it's just going to be like an A-line thingy. You get? I want it to flow differently at the base. Okay, so I'm just going to see my ruler is not straight. If we're making a boxed kimono, it's going to be straight like this. So you see, my ruler is not straight. I'm like curving it out. Okay, so I'll just keep doing that until I get to the edge here. So let's go, let's do it. I'll just keep going like this, slanting it. So I get to the edge here. Okay. So very simple, right? And I see how I made sure that I was breaking everything, doing all the mistake here. So we all get it together, okay? Pretty easy, pretty simple. And this is it, okay? So this is going to be for my kimono. 1 inch up from here, 1. Here is my waist, 15. And here we did a curve. And what I marked here is my round hip divided by 4 plus 2 inches, okay? That's what I did. So, and then we did an A-line thingy here. And that is it, okay? We're going to go ahead and cut this out. Oh my god. So make sure that whatever you're marking on the wrong side of your fabric, because this is the wrong side. Okay, all right, this is my kimono. So for the continuation, we're going to take off one piece, and that piece is going to be for the back. Okay, so I'm just going to watch what I'm going to do, guys. I am trying to separate one piece. I'm not cutting it off from the fabric because it's already joined together. This is what we have. This is what we have. This is literally what we have. Okay, so we need to open the center front so that we can have like our band attached to it, and adjust the center front. So for that reason, see that my fabric is here, like this is folded into 4, right? You can see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate one from it, leaving only one, and this is what I will do. Take out the inner one and leave one. Okay, and that one is going to be the one we'll use for the front piece. Okay, so I separated this. Okay, so this is what we're going to be working with. So let me pin out this neck width here. So I'm pinning the neck so it does not move, the neck width of the front and of the back. So here is the back. Okay, this is not equal. Okay, so here is the back. We don't need that. What we are going to work on is the front, and to do that we're going to open the middle. So make sure you know the middle line of your front. I have the middle line already indicated here because it's an Ankara fabric, so it is very easy for you to get your middle line on your Ankara fabric. So I am going to open it up. Okay, sorry, I keep moving the fabric because I'm trying to be comfortable. So I'm going to be opening the front neck, and to do that I am going to use this 15 inches as my point to open up the neck. So from the neck width here, I'm going to make a curve, like a line to this point, and just keep opening. See, I open the whole fabric to the length. So that is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be doing this with my scissors. Okay, so practically what I'm doing right now is from this neck width here, make sure you separate out your back, and then you just come in from here with your scissors like this. Use your hand, use your eyes to do it. Okay, you can do it. Don't be scared. You will not spoil your fabric. I believe in you. Okay, so see, everything opens. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Just make sure you start from the neck width, so when you're attaching your band you don't have any issues. So you just come and just keep trashing out this sharp point out of it, taking off this sharp point out of your neckline. Okay, because you don't need it unless you're making a jacket or something. But anyway, just to take this away, just keep here, keep making a slight curve till you get to whatever point you decide to use, and just keep doing that till you open the whole of the kimono. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this up. So I'm going to be opening. Okay, so continuation from here down. And that is it. Okay, you have your kimono ready. So I'm going to fold it back so you look at what you've done. Okay, so take off the pin from the neck width and fold it back to how you cut it before. So this is what we have. So this is what you should have once you're done. Okay, so you see that I laid it back, and this is what I have. Okay, so this is my kimono. Okay, you can see this is the other hand. And okay, so this is what you should have. What we're going to do now is we're going to be making stitches, and I'm going to be showing you guys where and where you need to stitch. Okay, so we're going to go to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch by 1/2 inch like this to the length, and we're going to do the same on this other side. Stitch 1/2 inch, okay, like this to the length. And for this opening, we're going to be attaching a band to it, a 1.5 inch band to it, or 2 inches band, and we're going to be getting the band together, knowing how to get the width or the length of your band. If you did the first kimono with me, you should have already known how to do this, but anyways, I'm going to make it more detailed here again too. So let's go sew by 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and you can see that we already have our sleeves available, so no need to draft our sleeves or anything. And what we have to do is, after sewing, we come back and attach our band to this, okay, and we're done. So of course, the next thing I have to do is join my kimono together, and I'm going to make sure that the front and the back piece sits together. I'm starting from the sleeves, so we advise you to also start sewing yours from the sleeves. Make sure that the two fabrics there are equal, and then just start sewing by 1/2 inch. Okay, that's what I did. I sewed in my by 1/2 inch, which is 0.5 inch, and I'm just going to continue on that curve line from the sleeves down to the length. Okay, so once I'm done doing this side, let's assume that this side is the right side of my kimono. I'll move to the left side and I'll repeat the same step that I did here on the right side. Okay, so while doing this, please take your time, because I actually did take my time to sew this. Okay, and just follow the lines, follow the curve. Okay. Now we're going to move on to creating the band, and you cannot create your band without calculating how much fabric you need. Okay, so for that, I am going to be calculating what I have on my front opening. Okay, so I'm going to start from the front opening left side, and I will move to the front opening right side, and you guys just watch what I do here. Okay, so now I'm placing my tape on, let's assume that this is the left side of my front opening, and this is down from the length. I just placed my tape, and I'm just going to follow this front opening till I get to the other side, the right side. I won't stop. Okay, so I'm just going to continue like this, and in case you run out of tape, just do what I did. Okay, so I'm going to run out of tape very soon, and what I'll do is hold on to the point where the tape stops, and then I continue from that point again with my tape. Just watch. Let me not confuse you. So for the first calculation, and until when my tape run out, I got 79 inches. Okay, and now I'm just going to hold on to that point, the 79 inches, and then I'll bring back my tape and start calculating from that point. So the first calculation, I got 79 inches. Keep that aside, and continuation, I'm going to see what I get. I'll plus both numbers together, and that is how long my band is going to be. Okay, so I got 58. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say 79 inches plus 58 equals to 137. Okay, and I'm just going to add 10 inches extra. You can never tell. Okay, I don't want to run out of fabric while I am attaching this to the neckline. Okay, so the total amount of fabric I'm going to cut out is 147 inches long. Okay, so let's cut the band. I do hope you got what we just did here. So I have gone ahead to cut out the fabrics for the band. So before you cut out your band, of course, you've seen what we did. We had to place the tape from one side of the front, from the end to you pass the neck down to the other side, right? And whatever number you get, that is what you're going to use to cut out your fabric for the band. So me, I had to go cut out 2 so I can get the length that I want. Okay, so I can get enough band that will go through from one length to the other length. Okay, and I'm just going to go join these fabrics together, and yeah, it's going to become one. And the length of my fabric, or yeah, how wide it is here, is 5 inches. Okay, and I'm going to go iron this and fold this into two. We're going to do the ironing together and folding into two together. So I'm going to fold and iron into two, and then we're going to be using 1/2 inch to join to the kimono. Okay, so yeah, let's go do that. Okay, so now it's time for me to fold this fabric into two and iron this. And before I do that, I have to locate where I joined. You remember I said I was going to join two fabrics together, so I need to find out where it is before I start ironing. Okay, so I don't do the wrong thing. So you just saw me fold my fabric into two, and I'm ironing this down or pressing this down, and that is how easy it is to create your band. Remember, the band was 5 inches wide, and now folded into two, I have 2.5 inches worth of band. Okay, so that is what I did to get my band. And you know, this band is going to be sitting on my front opening. Okay, so yeah, now go ahead and press this down, let it lay really flat, and we're going to find the middle point on the band and attach this to our front opening. Okay, and also back neckline. Okay, so yeah, fold your fabric and iron this down, and then let's go ahead and attach the band to the kimono. And let me show you how I did mine. So first of all, I am going to find the middle point on my kimono, and to do this, I'll fold the back neckline into two equal parts. That's what I'm showing you here. This is the back neckline. Okay, I'm just going to fold it into two equal parts, and that is going to be my middle point on my kimono. Okay, so I'm folding that into two equal parts, and now I have my middle point. I'm going to go ahead and notch this with my scissors. You can go ahead and just indicate a mark using your chalk or your fabric marker. I used my scissors to make a little snip off the top here, and that is just going to let me know that this is the middle point for when I'm ready to use it. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is also find the middle point on my band that I just created. And there was no need for me to find the middle point because I had two fabric joined together. So where I have that joining is automatically my middle point, because it was two equal fabric lengths, and then I sewed it together, and now I have my middle point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the middle point on my band to the middle point on my kimono, and I'll sew this together. Okay, so this is the middle point here from the sewing or the joining, and this is the middle point on my kimono, and I'm just going to start sewing. Okay, so please sew this by 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. Okay, and do not go, unless you want the band on the front opening to be a little bit tinier than mine, then you can do whatever you want. Okay, so because I want to have 2 inches at last as my band on the front opening, that is why I sew this in by 1/2 inch. Okay, just do what you want to do on it's your kimono. I can't tell you what to do, but yeah, I'm just telling you that if you want it to be as wide as mine, if you want to just get the exact thing I have here, just follow my steps. Okay, and trust me, you are going to be having the same thing that I have here. Okay, and if you do not, let me know in the comment section. Let me help you sort it out, because I feel like there is no freaking way where you watch this video and not get the exact result. Okay, so yeah, just let me know in the comment section. But then again, if you don't have any problem or any issue with the video, this is where you go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Okay. So I was done joining to the left, and I'm back to the middle point, and I'm going to sew this again to the right. And yeah, I am done with this whole process. So like I was saying, please don't forget to like this video, and if you're new, I think you should check out my videos, because I have a lot of beginner friendly videos. I'm a beginner. I like to see myself like a beginner, so I always make beginner friendly videos, share it exactly how I know it. And I feel like if you're new and if you're a beginner in sewing, you're going to really love my videos, and I know you want to stick around. Okay, so just check them out and subscribe while you are at it. Okay, so now for the finishing of this beautiful A-line kimono, we're going to be hemming all edges. Okay, so I went to the weavers already to weave all the edges, both on the sleeves, on the base of my kimono, and on the sewing where I attach my band to the kimono. Now all I have to do is take my hemming gum and then close the edges I have on the base of my kimono and on the sleeves. Okay, and you guys, that is practically it. Okay, this is how I created my A-line kimono. Please let me know if this video was detailed enough. Did you enjoy the whole process? And please let me know if you have seen the first kimono that I made towards my wardrobe. The video was uploaded before this one, so just go check it out. Make one for yourself. I feel like this is like a fun project that anybody can partake in. Okay, a beginner, intermediate, it's like a fun project. Okay, don't you want to have like different type of kimono in your closet? Don't you? I don't know about you, but I do. So anyways, thank you for watching once more. I love you guys so much, amazing creatives. I'm going to be seeing you guys on the next kimono video coming up. And please, if you want your sleeves to be longer than what I have on mine, what you should do is, after creating this whole kimono, on the sleeves, go ahead and create a band also and attach to your sleeves. Okay, find out what you have on the round armhole. Once you're done sewing, create a band just the way we created for the front opening. Use the band and attach to your sleeves, and you're going to have like a longer sleeves than mine. Okay, I hope that was useful and helpful to you. Yeah, bye again or bye for now.